Now we will discuss the classification of business transactions. Classification of business transactions. So the business transactions are classified into three, such as those related to those relating to persons, those relating to assets, those relating to expenses or incomes, losses or gains. So based on these factors, that is persons, assets, expenses, incomes, losses or gains, we are classified into three. So what is transactions related to persons? What are the transactions related to the assets, and what are the transactions related to the expenses or incomes, losses or gains? So all the business transactions are classified into three categories: personal account, real account, and the nominal account. So here the transactions related to the persons are comes under the personal account, and the transactions related to the assets are comes under the real account, and the transactions related to the expenses or incomes, losses or gains are comes under the nominal account. So based on the nature of transaction, we need to consider or classify into the personal account or real account or the nominal account. So let us see one by one what is personal account and the nature of personal account, what is real account and the nature, and the nominal account and its nature. So personal account is the transactions which are related to the persons are known as personal accounts. So the transactions related to the persons or the businesses or the firms or the organization, those transactions are related to the personal transactions, and these accounts are comes under the personal account. So these transactions are comes under the personal account. Accounts which are transactions with the persons are called personal accounts. A separate account is kept on the name of each person or each business or each firm or each organization for recording the benefits received from or the benefits given to that person or the business or the firm in the course of business with him. So here personal account is the account which is related to exclusively for the name of the persons, name of the business or name of the organization is known as personal account. Example X account, Y account, Z account, Ravi account, Raju account, and so on. Means the names of the persons. When there is a name of the person in the transaction is relating to the personal account. Accordingly, we need to apply the rule of personal account. The second one is the real account. The accounts relating to the properties or the assets are known as a real account. So every business needs assets as a machinery, furniture, technology, land, vehicles, computers and other fixed assets, bank, cash, bills receivables and other current assets also. So whenever the transactions done by the business respect to the assets, whether it is current asset or the fixed asset, those transactions are comes under the real account, then we require to apply the rule of real account. So example for the transactions related to the real account are cash and other assets of the business. If any transaction relating to the cash or any other assets of the business, then we will take into consider under the real account in order to apply the rule of account to journalize. Then the third one is nominal account. So the nominal account, these accounts are relating to the expenses, losses, incomes and gains. Losses, incomes and gains. If the transactions are related to any one of these items or the terms, that transaction is known as a nominal account. For example, expenses, salaries paid, wages paid, rent paid, interest paid, dividend paid and all other payments in terms of expenses is comes under the nominal account. Incomes, for example, rent received, income received, commission received, discount received, interest received, dividend received, any receipts from the others is comes under the nominal account, or any losses occurred in the business comes under the nominal account, any gains comes under the nominal account. So here nominal account is the transactions related to the expenditures, example salaries, rent, interest, dividend, commission, discount, any other expenditure or incomes or losses or gains or comes under the nominal account. Accordingly, we need to apply the rule of nominal account. So now let us see the golden rules of accounts for these three different accounts. The rules of accounts are also called as a golden rules of accounts for the three different accounts. So as we discussed in the classification of business transactions, we have three accounts, that is personal account, real account and the nominal account. They are the three different types of accounts based on the transactions: personal account, real account and the nominal account. So personal accounts are related to the names of the persons, or names of the businesses, whereas the real account is related to assets, both current assets and fixed assets. Nominal account is relating to expenses or incomes or losses or gains. Based on the nature, we will classify. Now let us see the rules, golden rules of accounts. Golden rules of accounts. So here there are three types of accounts. We have the rules for the respective accounts. Here coming to the first one, personal account. So personal account is an account which is related to the persons or the names of the persons. The golden rule of the personal account is debit the receiver, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit the receiver and credit the giver. This is debit, this is credit. And the golden rule of real account, debit what comes in terms of assets, what comes in, and credit what goes out, credit what goes out in terms of assets. And the third one is nominal account, debit expenses or losses, and credit incomes or gains. Right. So they are the three types of accounts. They are the golden rules of accounts. So here these three types of accounts and 6 rules of the corresponding three types of accounts are very important to apply in journalize the transactions in double entry bookkeeping system. If you are not able to remember or you are not able to apply the proper or appropriate or suitable rule of account, you cannot able to write the journal entries for the transactions in the business. So you have to remember these 6 rules of accounts for the 3 accounts. Otherwise it is not possible to write the journal entries for the transactions. What are they? Personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account, debit expenses or losses, credit incomes or gains. Let us see here example. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Example for the receiver. Here sold goods to X. Sold goods to X. Here we are selling good to X. Here X is a receiver. X is a receiver. So his account should be debited. In this case, credit, example, purchased from X. In this case, as we are purchasing the X from the X is a giver to the business, so his account should be credited. Here debit what comes in. For example, purchased machinery, In this case, machinery is an asset which is coming when you purchase from the suppliers. So machinery account should be debited. In this case, sold machinery. In this case, machinery is an asset which is going out. In the first transaction, coming in should be debited. In the second transaction, machinery coming in should be credited. Sold machinery, here machinery should be credited. And in case of this, Example for this expenditures or losses: salaries, paid salaries, or paid salary, paid rent, paid wages, paid commission, paid dividend, paid interest, paid anything, or comes under the debit, so it should be debited. And example for the incomes or losses: received dividend, so received dividend, or interest, or rent, or discount, or commission, all any receipts in the business, any receipts we find in the transaction, that is comes under the nominal account, which is to be created in the books of accounts. So they are the three types of accounts, and we have rules for the corresponding accounts. Rule 1, rule 2, rule 1, rule 2. So at the time of journalizing the transactions, we have to clearly read the transaction and understand the nature of transaction. Accordingly, we need to apply the rule of account in order to journalize the transactions, in order to divide into the debit or the credit based on the transactions. So we need to apply these three types of accounts and rules of accounts at the time of preparing the journal entries. Preparing the journal entries is a very important stage or the step in the accounting cycle. If you are applying properly the rules of accounts based on the nature of transaction, journalize the transactions, writing the journal entries, so automatically the balance sheet of the business at the end of accounting period arithmetic means show the accurate performance of the business. If any mistake done in applying the rule of account, understanding the nature of account, automatically the financial position of the company may not be shown properly. So these three types of accounts and the rules of accounts are plays a very significant role in financial accounting process, especially in preparing the journal entries or writing in journal entries under double entry bookkeeping system, where we can write two aspects such as debit aspect and credit aspect for every transaction. So this is very important in examination point of view also. What is account? Explain types of accounts and rules of accounts. Explain the golden rules of accounts, or explain three types of accounts, or explain the classification of business transactions. So the question may ask any type, but we need to answer the question as there are three types of accounts based on the persons, the transactions relating to the person, relating to the assets, relating to the expenses or incomes. Transactions relating to the persons is comes under the personal account. Transactions relating to the assets is comes under the real account. Transactions relating to the expenses or incomes or losses or gains comes under the nominal account, followed by the golden rules of accounts. And you can also explain the examples for the corresponding type of account. Debit, who is debit, who is debit debtor, who is creditor, who is what is debit, what is credit in real and nominal account also. This is very important concept in accounting cycle or accounting concepts. Now we will see the very important topic in accounting, and also very important in examination point of view, that is accounting cycle. Accounting cycle. Accounting cycle is a cyclical process which covers all the significant or the important stages of accounting. That is right from the preparation of journal to the final accounts or the till the balance sheet. So here accounting cycle is the process which covers all the stages of preparation of journal entries or writing the journal entries, preparation of ledger book, preparation of trial balance, and also the preparation of final accounts, which comprise trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. Now let us see how the accounting cycle works. Journal, ledger, trial balance, and final accounts. Final accounts. So here the final accounts comprise trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. Balance sheet. So here after preparing, after writing or passing journal entries, we need to prepare the ledger book from the journal entries. After completion of preparation of ledger book, from the closing balances of the ledger book accounts, we need to prepare the trial balance. After completion of preparing the trial balance and ascertain the accuracy of the financial transactions, then we will move to the preparation of final accounts, which comprise the trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. With this, the accounting period will complete. Again, the next accounting period, the journal will be started. So here, this is the first stage of accounting cycle. Ledger is the second stage of accounting cycle. The trial balance is the third stage of accounting cycle, and final accounts is the fourth stage of accounting cycle. So here after completion of preparing the final accounts, that is trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet, here the accounting or the business will communicate the financial information to the interested parties. So here journal is, it is a process of writing the journal entries in the books of accounts. So whenever the transactions takes place in the business, immediately the transactions will be recorded in the books of accounts is called as journal. It is also called as the first book, where we can record the transactions, write the entries in a chronological order, that is date wise. This is also called as a first book of accounting. Journal is also called as the first book of accounting, where we can pass the journal entries in a chronological order immediately after transactions completed. The second one is ledger. once you have passed journal entries, we need to post journal entries into the ledger book. So posting these journal entries into the ledger book is called as a posting into the ledger or ledger posting. So in ledger book, we will prepare the different accounts based on the nature of entries. Based on the nature of accounts, we will open the different accounts in the ledger book. Ledger book is the second book after the journal, where we can open different accounts based on the entries passed in the journals. So once you have completed posting the journal entries into the ledger, then we need to close the accounts in ledger book. So after closing the ledger book accounts, by using the closing balances of the various accounts in ledger book, we need to prepare the trial balance. Trial balance is a statement which the company is preparing with the debit and credit columns. Based on the closing balances, we need to post in the trial balance in respect to column. If the account showing the debit balance, we need to post in debit column. If the account shows the credit balance, we need to post in credit column. So after completion of this ledger book with the different accounts, we need to post all these closing balances in the trial balance in debit and credit columns. So trial balance is a statement which shows all the assets and liabilities and incomes and expenditures of the business at one glance. That is the closing balances of the ledger book accounts. Here in trial balance, all the assets and liabilities, incomes and expenditures will be shown, and the debit and credit columns of this trial balance must be tallied. The trial balance is preparing for the purpose of ascertaining arithmetical accuracy of the business transactions. If any mistakes done in posting the ledger or preparing the journal entries, there is no chance to tally the trial balance. If the trial balance is tallied, then we will move to the preparation of final accounts. Unless we may not go for preparation of final accounts, but we will need to go for the ledger and the journals to find out the mistakes or the errors. So here the trial balance is also used to detect the errors that we have done in the ledger posting or writing journal entries. So once you have finished the preparation of trial balance, then we will move to the final accounts, where we can prepare trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. Final accounts comprise trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. The trading and profit and loss account is also known as together income statement, and the balance sheet is called as a position statement. So this is called as income statement, and this is called as a position statement, means which can shows the financial position of the business in terms of assets and liabilities. So this is a cyclical process of accounting, and this is also called as accounting cycle. Now we will discuss each and every stage of this accounting cycle clearly with some simple examples with the formats.